The purpose of today's video is to continue our journey in creating our trading layout in Hammer. In our last tutorial, we created a watch list called Airlines, which contains 17 U.S. airline stocks. The next logical thing is to have a Level 2 window and Time and Sales window linked to it. Just as a refresher from our last tutorial, we set the blue icon for a linking color for this watch list. What we can do now is to select one of the tickers in it, let's say JetBlue, right-click, and select Level 2. Alternatively, we can select the symbol Save and press Ctrl-L from the keyboard. What it does is it actually opens a Level 2 window for the selected ticker. Now, the first thing I do is go to the symbol link group and I select the same color. What we accomplished by doing this is that these two windows are in one group, and by selecting a ticker here, it automatically populates in the Level 2 as well. Let's select JetBlue in the Airlines watch list. It opens JetBlue in Level 2. If we select DAL, Delta Airlines, it automatically populates in the Level 2 window. So, where do we start? In the Main tab, we see the green light of the source. That means that currently we are getting data for the ticker. We have the symbol. We can also change it from here. Let's say American Airlines. We have a View tab where we can select which columns to view. I prefer to see the Market Maker ID, Volume, and Price columns, but you can customize it to your preference. As you can see, this has now been adjusted here in the Level 2 window. See this button here, the Mirror Bid and Ask button? You can switch it off if you prefer. I like to keep it on myself. Again, we have a Sort button where we can select Price and Time and Price and Size. My preferred view is to have it sorted by price and size, so I will just leave it like this. Then we can select the color sets. You remember this from the watch list. Feel free to customize it to your liking. I'll leave it on default. Now, the most important thing here is the Panels button, where we can select all of the available panels for viewing. What we can see now is the source name. It says your quotes are coming from GSM Quotes. This isn't really necessary information, so I just switch it off. Then we have the Level 2 window, which contains the change, the high and the low for the day, the daily volume, the last price, and the time of the last price. Honestly, I don't need this either, so I just remove it. Then what we are left with is the aggregate debt, where you can see on the buy side, for example, at a price of $20.73, there are this many shares at this level. I really don't use this, so I will switch it off. What we are left with now is the debt graph. I don't use it as well. Here, there's an important checkbox named Hide Odd Lots, which allows us to hide or show them. For this symbol, it doesn't really make a difference, so I just leave it as is. We switch to the Trading tab. This tab enables or disables trading from this window. I prefer to trade from it, so I enable trading. It automatically populates your default settings. We will now go through this. But before we do, I would like to have a time and sales window linked to this Level 2 window.